All right, everybody, it is time. Let's get this thing started. First of all, thanks for spending a little bit of your Tuesday evening with us. My name is Steve Schultz. I'm the VP of Global Sales with the Super Patch Company. And hey, those of you who are guests, thanks for jumping on. I know you were invited to this short little presentation here tonight, and maybe some of you have no idea why you're here. And the reason that you were invited here tonight is to simply get information. Okay, that's all it is information. I have been in the networking industry now for over 33 years, and I will flat out tell you guys I've had a lot of success, but I'll tell you that this by far is the most fun that I've ever had in the past 33 years. And I've been with the Super Patch Company for about a year and a half now. And those of you who jumped on here looking for a way to maybe supplement your income, maybe to replace your income, maybe to exceed your current income, you guys have come to the right place. And those of you that maybe jumped on to hear about another solution to maybe a drug-free solution to some of the things that you're taking, you are in the right place as well. And so we're going to cover both of those areas here tonight. But what this whole thing comes down to is we're going to share with you here tonight a new technology, okay? Now, whenever something new, especially a technology, comes into our lives that we don't quite understand, sometimes we play it off as magic. Well, it's got to be a trick. They're playing a trick on us. There's no way it can possibly work that way. Well, just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that it's not real, okay? And just because you don't understand how something works doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the benefit of using it every single day. I want you guys to think about some technologies that you use, or technology that you use today and you use every day, that you have no idea how it works. Okay, I see Carrie putting her phone up, right? I have no idea how my phone works, but I use it every day. There's a lot of technology in our vehicles. I have no idea how they work. There's lots of technology in airplanes. I have no idea how they work. I was thinking about this today, you guys. I have a watch that I don't have to wind. I never have to wind this watch, and it always keeps time. It's like, how does that work? Somebody explain to me how perpetual motion actually works, because that is a technology. So just because you don't understand something, that doesn't mean it's not real, and it doesn't mean that you can't use the technology every single day. And the reason I'm telling you all of this is because I was introduced to a technology a year and a half ago that I didn't understand. And I thought it was a trick. And I thought this guy was crazy, okay? What I'm about to tell you in the next 5 minutes is going to sound crazy. It's going to sound a little bit silly, and it's going to sound a little bit unbelievable. But about a year and a half ago, I was sitting at this desk right here, and I got a phone call from a gentleman by the name of Jay Dollywall. Now, Jay is the founder of the Super Patch Company, and I had no idea who Jay was. And Jay called me completely out of the blue, and when he called, I don't really know why I answered the phone, because I didn't recognize the number. And in today's world, you guys, when the phone rings and we don't recognize the number, we're like, let that go to voicemail. But for some reason, I answered the phone, and Jay introduced himself to me, and I said, Jay, what's up? And he said, well, your friend Dan from Toronto, who's on the call with us here tonight, he said, your friend Dan from Toronto asked me to give you a call. And I said, well, I know Dan. I said, Jay, what can I do for you? And he said, Steve, I want to tell you a little bit about my company, and I want to know if you'd be interested in helping me build it. And I said, Jay, what do you do? Well, Jay started to explain to me that he invented this little patch. And he said, Steve, this patch is very small. It's 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And he said, there's nothing on this patch. He said, there's no drugs, there's no supplements, there's no stimulants, there's no vitamins, there's no magnets, there's no stem cell anything. He said, there's nothing on this patch except a pattern. And he said, when this pattern comes in contact with your skin is able to read that pattern. It sends a message back to your brain to fix things. And he said, I've got a patch that will help people with balance, stability, and range of motion. He goes, I have another patch that will help people with their pain. I've got one to help people sleep. I've got one to help people deal with stress. I've got one to help people focus. I've got one to help people burn more calories. I've got one to help people with their addictions. I've got one for cognitive decline, ADHD, ADD, dementia, Alzheimer's. And I'm sitting here listening to Jay. Now listen, this wasn't a Zoom call, okay? It was a phone call, and I'm sitting here literally rolling my eyes. I'm like, this dude is wasting my time. This guy is trying to tell me that all I have to do is put this little patch on my arm that has nothing on it, and my pain's gonna go away, or I'm gonna sleep better at night. I said, there's no way. So I let him talk for a few more minutes, and I kind of cut him off, and I said, Jay, how long have you been doing this? He said, well, research and development for about 12 years, but we've been marketing it now for 6. And I said, okay, how you doing so far? He said, well, today I've got about 6 million customers. And I almost fell off my chair. My feet hit the ground because my feet were up on my desk. I was like this going, this is a waste of time. My feet hit the ground. I leaned into the phone. I said, Jay, I said, you've got 6 million people that are using this technology. I said, what are you calling me for? I said, obviously you've got this thing figured out. He said, well, I'm off to a good start, but I want to take this to 1 billion people worldwide. And I said, okay. Now, as soon as he told me that he had 6 million people that were using this, I knew I was the guy who had a problem. Guys, think about it. I'm sitting here rolling my eyes, and he's got 6 million people that are using it. I'm the guy who has a problem, right? Because I didn't get it. So I said, Jay, that's amazing, but I don't get it. He said, can you come to Toronto? I said, yeah. So I flew up to Toronto, and I met Jay. I met his corporate staff. And he said, Steve, I want to prove to you how this technology works. Now, he chose his words very carefully. He didn't say, I want to show you how this works. He goes, no, I want to prove to you how this technology works. Not once did he call this a product. He calls it a technology. And I said, okay. And he said, I want to do this little balance test with you first. And I said, okay. So he said, I need you, and I'm just going to show you guys what he did to me. He said, Steve, I need you to stand up, put your feet together, and then make 2 fists and put your fists up by your chest. And he said, all I'm going to do is push straight down on your hands. And when I do, resist me. Don't let me push your hands down, but I want you to try to maintain your balance. I'm like, okay, this shouldn't be that difficult. So I put my feet together, fist over fist. He pushes down on my hands, and he knocks me off balance with no effort whatsoever. So I'm like, all right. So then he says, all right, stand with your feet shoulder width apart, put your arms down to your side, lock your elbows, and make a fist. And all I'm going to do is lift up on one of your arms and try to maintain your balance. I'm like, okay, now I'm ready for him. So I'm in the ready position. He lifts up on my arm, and he tips me over, you guys, with no effort at all. I'm like, okay, well, that was interesting. So then he says, all right, I need you to roll up your sleeve, and I'm going to put this Liberty patch on your arm. And he showed it to me. He goes, look, there's nothing on this patch except this pattern. I said, okay. So I put it on my arm. He goes, let's redo the balance test. Feet together, fist over fist. He pushes down on my hands, and he can't move me. You guys, I'm talking, he can't budge me. And I looked at him and I said, how'd you do that? Because I thought he was playing a trick on me, right? He didn't even answer me. He said, put your feet shoulder width apart, lock your elbows, blah, 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 make a fist. He lifts up on my arm, and he can't move me. He can't move me a millimeter. Listen, he would have broke my arm before he would have knocked me off balance. And I looked at him and I said, Jay, how are you doing this? He goes, take the patch off. So I rip the patch off. I throw it on his desk. He goes, let's redo the test. He pushes down on my hands, and he tips me right over. I put the patch back on. He pushes down on my hands, and he can't move me. I said, Jay, what is this? And he said, neurotechnology. And I burst out laughing. I said, so now you expect me to come home and talk to my friends about brain technology? I said, come on, man, how does this work? So Jay gave me this long scientific explanation. And I said, Jay, that's great, but I can't talk like that. I said, I'm not a neuroscientist. I would never use terms like that. I said, how am I supposed to explain this to my friends? He said, here's how you explain it. And this is what got me. He said, Steve, I need you to close your eyes and hold out your hand. So I did. And he put a pen in my hand. And he said, what's in your hand right now? I said, it's a pen. He goes, how do you know? Your eyes are closed. How do you know? I said, because I know what a pen feels like. He said, exactly. He said, your skin is sending a message to your brain that says this is a pen. He said, Steve, I could have put anything in your hand and you would have known what it was without looking at it. He said, I've just figured out a way to create a pattern that when it touches your skin can read that pattern like a QR code. and it sends a message to your brain to fix things. And he said, the patch that you have on your arm right now fixes balance, stability, and range of motion. He goes, I've got one for sleep and for pain and for stress and for focus and for weight loss and all these other things. And I'm like, I said, so what you're telling me then is you have a drug-free solution for all of those things? He goes, yes. I said, I'm in. I said, I am 1,000% in. I said, Jay, I've been doing this for 32 years. I've never seen anything like this. I said, I've been the president of health and wellness companies, and I've never seen anything like this. And you have no competition. I said, nobody is doing what you're doing. I said, yeah, there's patch companies out there, but they've got stuff on their patches that slow release into your skin. There's nothing on your patch. Everybody says, well, what's in it? It's like nothing. Everybody, they take the package, and the first thing they do is they look at the back. And I'm like, what are you looking for? They go, what's in it? I said, nothing. I said, it's gluten-free if you want to eat it, but there's nothing in it, right? I said, nobody's doing what you're doing. I said, Jay, you've got something here that can change the world. And he said, that's why I called you. I said, okay, I'm in. I'm in. Now, I want you guys to hear from Jay. I want you to hear from Jay in his own words, okay? I want you to hear how he explains this technology in a little more than a minute. Here we go. Let me do this.
Hi, everyone. It's Jay with Super Patch. I hope everyone's having a great day. People are always asking me, Jay, how do these super patches work? So today I'm going to give you guys a high-level explanation. So first things first, every physical, emotional, psychological function has a corresponding neurocode in our brains. And these neurocodes, which are just messages, sometimes get stuck or damaged for 1,000,001 reasons, but that leads to poor health, poor wellness, and even poor performance. So after 12.5 years of research at Super Patch, we actually decoded these messages. We decoded the neural code that can help and control the neural function of physical, emotional, and psychological function. So every single Super Patch has a pattern and ridges in it. And when these ridges come in contact with our skin, the patch uses the receptors in and on our skin to send that message to our brain. And the brain decodes it. So every single Super Patch is generating a very specific signal that's responsible for a physical, emotional, or psychological function. And that's how the Super Patches work. Super Patches have their unique QR code that's sending a unique message that our brain decodes. And that's why we can help with so many wellness, performance benefits that people are seeing. So till next time, you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.
A QR code, you guys, for our brain. Those terms, I can understand those terms. Now, people are looking for things on the wellness side and they're looking for things on the performance side. Look at all the things people are looking for on the wellness side, including pain management and brain health and cognitive decline and all this other stuff, stress, anti-aging, sleep issues. On the performance side, they're looking for what? More power, strength, endurance, mobility, agility, and recovery. And how most people are getting those needs taken care of are over here on the right through drugs and over-the-counter products and surgeries. Now, listen, we live in a world today where people that we trust will say, you need to take this drug, this drug, this drug, this drug, this drug, but you're going to have to take this drug to offset the effects of that drug. And we all sit back and go, okay. And we think that's the solution. Guys, no longer, because we can help people on the wellness side and the performance side completely drug-free. It's instant and effective. It's easy to use. It's not invasive. It's non-reactive. It's child safe, pregnancy safe, no diet changes, no lifestyle changes, and the patches are affordable. Okay? Now, I want you to see the Super Patch technology in action. This young lady, Brandy, she came to a meeting almost exactly a year ago that we did down in Alabama. And she was invited to the meeting, very similar to the way that you guys were invited to this Zoom presentation tonight. She had no idea why she was there. She was like, oh, a friend asked me to come, and I'm doing my friend a favor. That was basically what it is. And we're going through kind of the same stuff we're talking about right now. And afterwards, she came up to us and she said, I have a hard time walking up and down stairs. Will this help me? And we said, I don't know. And we kind of were smiling because we knew exactly what the answer was. We knew it was going to help her. So I want you guys to see Brandy walking up and down stairs with and without the technology. This video was about 1 minute long. Here we go.
How many years have you had an issue going up and down the stairs?
Since I was 33, I'm 46, so you can do the math, I can't.
13 years.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Please be careful. Okay, I'm gonna put the Liberty patch on her right now. And she's gonna do all of that again.
And by the way, just walking up and down this many times, usually I'm in a lot of pain too, and that's not as bad.
This is her third time doing it. There you go.
It's amazing. Utterly amazing.
We always say it's amazing, it's utterly amazing. And we changed Brandy's life in 30 minutes. When do you think Brandy's going to take that patch off? And the answer is she's never going to take that off. Now imagine having the same results that we just demonstrated to help you with your pain. Help you with your pain. How about one to help you sleep at night? We've got one to help people deal with stress. We've got one for overall health and blood flow to help build your immune system. Now this patch right here called Defend is one that I'm never taking off my arm. I've got it here every single day. And here's the reason why. I was at an event in Chicago. It was the first live event that I went to since when I joined the company. And there was a doctor on stage, and she asked somebody to volunteer to do a blood analysis. And this young girl volunteered. They did a blood analysis, and they threw the results up on this screen. And this was the result of it. And this meant nothing to me. And I know some of you are looking at this going, well, that's great, Steve. What the heck does that mean? That's how I felt. I didn't even know what this meant. Well, the doctor said, look, the red blood cells are not round. They're not full of oxygen. Look over here. They're all stacked up on top of each other. She has very, very sticky blood, which means that she has poor circulation. And I went, okay, I guess that makes sense. Well, they gave her a Defend patch, waited 30 minutes. They came back and redid the test, and this was the result. Now, you don't have to be anything to realize that your blood should look like this as opposed to this. I'm looking at this going, okay, I'm going to go with the right door as opposed to the left door right here, okay? Look at the red blood cells. They're perfectly round. They're full of oxygen. They're all lined up like they just came out of boot camp. And I said to myself, if I can get more oxygen circulating throughout my body, only good things can happen. So I never, ever, ever take this Defend patch off. Liberty is what we just demonstrated to you. That's balance, stability, and range of motion. Flow for cognitive decline. Man, do we have the stories about this patch helping people. Focus, we're going to help everybody focus. It says here kids, but guys, we don't limit it to kids. We help everybody focus on a specific task. Just think how this will help your kids, your grandchildren while they're in school. Think about that. Ignite, burn up to 25% more calories by simply wearing a patch. The average metabolic rate for the average person is about 2,000 calories. We burn about 2,000 calories a day just living. If you put this patch on, the average person is going to burn about 2,500 calories by simply wearing the patch. Now, don't think you can go out there and like eat Big Macs all day long because it's gonna defeat the purpose. But it will help you burn more calories and speed up your metabolism. Kick It. This is going to help people with all of their bad habits. All right. You decide what your bad habit is, and Kick It will help you overcome that. Joy is our newest patch. This is kind of this patch is amazing. If you're just feeling a little bit down, I don't understand how any of this works, to be honest with you. But it's like if you're feeling down, you put this Joy patch on, and the sun comes out. It's like, how does that even happen? I don't even know. And then Victory, this is for overall athletic performance. We've got a lot of professional athletes. We've got Olympic athletes. We've got collegiate athletes. We've got YMCA athletes that are using Victory We've got people that just take walks in the park that want more balance, stability, range of motion, more power, strength, endurance, and more and faster recovery time. That's what Victory is all about. So we've got 11 different patches. You can wear all 11 of them at the same time. If you, as some people say, if you're a hot mess, you can wear all 11 of them at the same time. All right. Some of you are like, Steve, be careful because I'm wearing all 11 right now. Each patch has a different pattern on it. So they don't short circuit one another. Okay. They don't cross recruit or cross, whatever. They don't mess each other up, and they send a different message to your brain. They're waterproof, so you can exercise with them and you can shower with them. All we're going to ask you to do is replace them every 24 hours, because after 24 hours, the glue starts to wear off a little bit. It's a 3M product, and the pattern actually starts to wear down a little bit, and they become a little bit less effective. Now, let me just share this with you guys. We are attracting some major people, and if you don't recognize this scene, this is in Canton, Ohio, about a month ago, at the NFL Hall of Fame inductee ceremony. And this was the stage where the athletes were being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And obviously this was the audience, and look on the big scoreboard, which was the Super Patch Company. Now, people say to me all the time, Steve, why the Super Patch Company? Why are you coming over here? And I said, because it is by far the biggest breakthrough in health and wellness performance in the past 50 years. And we have no competition. You guys, I really want you to think about what I'm talking about here tonight. You tell me a better solution than a drug-free solution for pain or for sleep or for all those other things that I talked about. And the answer is there's nothing better. There's absolutely nothing better. 100% drug-free. Millions and millions of people are using our patches right now. We've got clinical studies, peer reviews, written up in medical journals. Jay says, listen, nobody has to take my word for it. Look at what these outside people are doing, these outside studies that are being done on this technology, and they're blown away. So it's not just us saying this. We've got outside people that are saying this. All the patches are made right here in the USA in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We are registered with the FDA, which is a big deal in our space. The health and wellness industry, it's the wild, wild west. People can claim anything they want to, it seems like. But Jay says, no, I'm not going to do that. With our peer studies and being registered with the FDA, that's big time cred, you guys. That is a big deal. All of our patches have a 30-day money-back guarantee, and we have a 95% positive user rating. Now, the last thing that I'm going to share before I open this up to everybody else is that if you want to get involved on the income side of what we do, which I hope you do because it is really lucrative, when you can show people a drug-free solution for all of this stuff, you know what they do? They buy your stuff. They buy these patches, okay? If you want to get involved in that part of it and become what we call an associate, guys, it's a whopping $50. Not $50 a month. It's $50 one time, and then the next year you pay $25. Okay, that's it. And then you're going to get everything you need to build literally a multi-million-dollar business. You're going to get paid a percentage on all the volume that's created in your entire organization. Guys, we have people making more in a month than a lot of people make in a year, which is crazy. Okay, for simply sharing something that they're really excited about. Not that that's going to happen to you. I'm not going to entice you with any of that kind of stuff, but there are people making an awful lot of money with this program, and it's going to cost you $50 to find out. And for $50, you get $75 worth of our patches. Okay, you get a 28-pack of Liberty. That's what we just demonstrated with you guys here tonight. And then you get a 4-pack of Freedom. So for $50, you're getting $75 worth of patches. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you have absolutely nothing to lose. And then if you do enroll as an associate, you have the ability at enrollment, you have to do it as you enroll, to buy the patches at a really deep discounted price, okay? You can buy one of our launch kits, and we've got 3 of them. This one right here, you get $360 worth of our patches for $225, or this launch kit here, $600 worth of our patches for $375, or our mega launch kit, where you're getting $1,320 worth of our patches for $600. Now listen, you don't have to do that if you don't want to, all right? Just come in for $50 if you want to, but if you do that, you're gonna have to buy patches anyway, and you're not going to get a better deal than those 3 launch kits at enrollment. Okay, so I'm just throwing that out there. You can get together with the person who invited you here tonight, and they can give you all the details on what it means to be an associate and the kind of money that can be made. Now, what I want to do is I want to open this up to everybody else. And what this is such a great part of the presentation, because if you've got a testimonial, do me a favor, guys, try to keep it 30 seconds to 45 seconds, because I want to get as many as we possibly can in here.
Good evening, Steve. Quick, I have so many stories I love to share with people. My most recent, I have a friend that lost 8 pounds just using the Ignite for a week and a half. My sister has come off of her anxiety meds. Y'all, that is a big deal. No anxiety meds, which were making her zombie out.
Yep.
She's been able to come off of that just wearing the patches. And my husband, who is 50 years old, been doing drywall for 30 years, does not leave the house. And he's the biggest skeptic. Carrie will tell you, the biggest skeptic I know. Does not leave the house without his freedom and his victory. He's working tonight for a friend of his, and he made sure he patched up before he left.
Hanging drywall is not an easy gig. That guy's going to come home sore every single night. So good. I'm glad we've got a solution for him. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Tippy and Ron, jump in here. You guys look amazing together. You guys look like you're on Hollywood Squares together. I just dated myself because some of you don't even know what Hollywood Squares is. Jump in here, Ron and Tippy.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tippy, and I usually talk about how the patches have helped with my blood. But today I want to talk about the Joy Patch. Yesterday, for the last 22 years, 9/11 has been a really bad day for me because my son was living in New York City and his wife watched everything from her office. And so I usually wake up really cranky pants and I'm miserable and I'm horrible. And Ron is scared of me. And yesterday I remembered I had some Joy Patches. So I slapped on that Joy Patch, went to work, and I couldn't wipe the smile off my face. And it was the best day ever.
Boy, I tell you what, that's I think we all remember where we were on that particular day, and you guys being right there in the city. That had to be a very, very stressful time. And every year at this time, I know it brings back a lot of really, really bad memories. So I'm glad that this technology is able to help you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah, you got it. Hey, Angela Miller, jump in here.
Hey, Steve. Hey, everybody. Just wanted to share a real quick story. One of the new guys that's fixing to come on my team, he came to me because we were talking around with some friends about the super patches. And so later he came to me and he said, I don't get any sleep ever. Like, I do not sleep. He said, it's driving me crazy. I've tried everything. He said, I've even taken up to 10 melatonin gummies and can't sleep. He said, I go to sleep, but I can't stay asleep. And he said, I'm up every morning without an alarm at 4 a.m. just because I just cannot sleep. And he said, if you think it will really help me. And I said, you know what? All we can do is try. So I did a demo on him. Of course it worked. He couldn't believe it. So I sent him home with a REM patch, and he came to our house. He was pumped. I've got a video of it. Actually, I haven't posted yet, so I'm fixing to post. But anyway, he's so pumped, and he literally had tears in his eyes. He said, I haven't slept like this, and I can't tell you when. It's been years. And he was like, I'm so grateful. Like, he was so grateful. He said, this has changed my life. Just sleep has changed my life. So it's pretty.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Angela, and everybody, all we need to do is get this technology on the skin of people. There's no presentation needed. And Ange, just exactly what you just shared with people, that's how we move this product and say, look, here, try it. You see for yourself. And that is a great story. Hey, Christy, jump in here.
Hey guys. Hey Angela. So I just want to say that COVID has hit our home. from a little granddaughter going to school. She came home with fever. We put Defend on her. She will be 4 on Saturday. Her little sister is 1. And so we put Defend on everybody. The symptoms have been very minimal. The cough, very almost non-existent. The fevers have already come down like within just minutes of applying the Defend. So it really truly works. It is safe for kids. We're seeing wonderful benefits through Defend.
And I tell you what, don't ever take it off. Everybody put Defend on and never, ever take it off. Hey, don't look over your right shoulder, but the cows are out of the pen behind you. Ellis,
Hey,
come in here, man.
I'm negative for COVID, and I've been wearing Defend.
Oh,
So,
that is
and they live
fantastic.
in my house. Yes.
Beautiful. Hey, Ellis Mayberry, jump in here, man.
I jumped in on this opportunity a little over a week and a half ago. 4.5 years ago, I had a heart and kidney transplant, and part of what being on being out, basically machines keeping you alive for 6.5 hours, is that when they shock you back to life, the doctor says, hey, some of your cognitive memory has the ability to lose some of those files. And for about 4 years now, I've been suffering from that. They send me to specialists. They give me games to play, that exercise the mind. I cannot tell you what I wear seven patches a day. And I put the rim on at night and sleep like a baby, like I haven't in years. But my cognitive memory has just come back so vividly, and I am knocking out projects right and left. It is just unbelievable. I'm an influencer. I'm like you. I've been in the network business for 40 years. I do 2 presentations a day, and I'm task list is just bam, 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 bam. It is just unbelievable. And I am spreading the word like crazy.
I tell you what, Ellis, welcome, man. Welcome to the Super Patch Company. You have to spread the word, brother. You have to spread it.
Exactly.
Thanks for sharing, man. Thanks for sharing and jumping on here today. Hey, Jewel, jump in here real quick.
All right. I talked to my associate from Germany. Her name is Susie, and she's been patching up people over in Germany. And she was so enthused. She wanted to share her experience with patching a lady who has had, I don't remember how many back surgeries. She has one of her original vertebrae in her back and neck. So she has extreme pain. She put on Liberty and Freedom, and then she sat down on the couch, and Susie asked her in about 5 minutes. She said, "How's your pain?" And the lady got up and she looked around a little bit and she said, "It's better." And then she said, "Come over here with me." She says, "I want you to climb the stairs." And the lady says, "I don't climb stairs." She says, "I want you to try it." Says, "I can't." Says, "Just go ahead and try it." And the lady just walked right up the stairs. And she says, "I'm not taking these things off."
I tell you what, Joel. You jump on here almost every single week with story after story after story, and that's what happens. People jump on and they try the stuff and they go, "I'm never taking this off. I am never, ever taking this off." Keep telling those stories, Jewel. Hey, Paula Rudd, jump in here.
We had an event that our team did this weekend, and we patched over 136 people over the weekend. So that was pretty awesome. But during that time, I had at least 3 people that came back to me that were dreading walking around the convention center where the event was, because it's such a large place. And they said, "We're just not going to be able to make it without being in such pain." And so I went ahead and put the Freedom Pain Patch on them. They were, elderly people, and they came back to me so impressed, saying, "I cannot believe I was able to walk the whole convention center and not have any pain." So that's one testimony. One other one is with my daughter, who she is a gymnast, and so she wears our Victory patch and several of our other patches all the time, but she'd never tried our RIM patch. And she, is a recent graduate and just in that stage of life where she doesn't know what she wants to do and just she can't sleep at night because she, is worrying and wondering. And so I told her, I said, why don't you try the REM patch? Just, try. Maybe you get a good night's sleep. And so we put the peace patch on with her because I knew she'd just been really anxious. And this morning, like I had to go wake her up. Like it was noon and she hadn't got out of bed yet. And so I went up and I'm like, why are you still asleep? She said, Mom, I've slept the best in like forever. She said, I can't remember whenever I got the best night's sleep like that. And so just to let you know, the REM patch does work wonders. And, if you are anxious and worried and stressed, add that peace patch because it does make a difference.
Oh, makes a huge difference. I absolutely love that. Carrie, I'm going to skip you for just a second. Paul Keenan, jump in here. Paul, unmute yourself, brother, and jump in here.
I stopped in on a friend of mine. I said, hey, how's it going? She told me she had a shot in her neck, with a needle from a doctor. And she said it didn't seem to be working, so I gave her a patch. The only patch I had was a Liberty patch. I gave it to her, and I left. She called me in the afternoon, and she said, Paul, I can't believe it. I don't feel any pain. So a couple of days later, I got a call from her boyfriend, and he has an arthritic condition, so I'm going to meet with him this Saturday. And I don't know if you can tell it in my. I have people tell me I have a Boston accent. I park the car and just that. This one guy said to me, "If you can come up with something that will get rid of that accent," he says, "I'm in." So we're probably working on it. I'm not sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, you had a couple of guys behind you right there that could have used these patches when they played. Even though they were pretty good players, it would have helped them.
And let me just say one other thing. Generally speaking, I didn't realize this till a couple of days ago. I just feel better all around.
Yeah.
I can't say it's this patch or that, but I think the Liberty patch for me, anyways, is a big player in my life.
Yeah.
Big.
There's no doubt about it, Paulie. All of these patches, you figure out which ones are best for you. There's no doubt about it. Hey, Carrie, jump in here.
Another thing. Last night's call with Carrie was awesome. I appreciated being part of it, and I'll be part of it for a long time.
Hey, listen, it's a great community. And Carrie, I'm speaking for you right now, but there's such a great community with the people that you see on the screen and people who aren't on the screen right now. But everybody will help everybody go build this business and teach them how to share it with other people. So thank you for that, Paul. Hey, Carrie, jump in here.
Oh, that's the reason we're the best of the best. Thanks for skipping me, Steve. I forgive you fully. This story tonight that I'm going to share is not about me. Nicole Tortora is on this Zoom tonight, and she is nonverbal and in a wheelchair full time, and she can't share her story. So she messaged me and asked me to share it. You guys, I met her in Vegas, immediately did the demo on her. Yes, you can demo this on people in a wheelchair. You can demo this on people that cannot walk, laying down, whatever. Figure it out. Our technology works. She was wearing the Liberty patch for 2 months. And I get a text message from her and she says, I just walked down the stairs. I'm like, what? She has been in a wheelchair since 2000. Do the math. That's 23 years in a wheelchair, not going up and down stairs. And because of wearing the Liberty patch, she was able to walk down unassisted. You guys, it's on video. We have proof. That's the patch, not my word. Take the patch for it. So that's what I have to share tonight, Steve. Thanks for calling back on me.
I saw that video, Carrie, when it actually happened, and I'm just like, this is why I'm so excited about it. I can't stop talking about it. There's no way I can stop talking about it. All right, guys, we're going to run out of time here. Let's, Karen, jump in here. I can't see the last name. It's too small. Karen Kearney, jump in here.
My thing was a question for you, and I've been getting people asking.
Okay,
are the patches safe for people going through chemotherapy and radiation?
Okay, the answer is yes. Okay, but do you have a testimonial?
I have had a hip replacement done 3 years ago, and I've been using the Freedom patch, and no pain. Everything's good, working really good.
I love it. I love it. That happened to me too. About 4 years ago, hip replacement. Boom. Hey, Kimberly, jump in here real quick. 2 more, you guys. Kimberly and then Brenda. We're going to stop at Brenda.
I've got 2 segments in my hip that with torn tissue, tendinosis. Back, I have disc degeneration, 1 herniated bulging disc, and scoliosis. So I got a lot going on. Some of it was prior, and I had PT. I'm up walking around. PT was rough, I tell you. This physical therapist does not know the word easy. I'm up and 2 days ago, I was about 2 hours late with swapping out I had pain galore, but I swapped them out and within about an hour, felt so much better.
It's amazing how it works, isn't it, Kim? It's amazing. And we've got to spread the word. All right, Brenda Johns, you were the last one here tonight. Jump in here real quick.
How are you?
I'm good.
I just got started with you guys. We signed up a little over a week ago, and I got my products on Saturday. The first thing I did is put Liberty on. I'm gonna cry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And Freedom. Within a minute, my pain was gone. I've had hip surgery. I've had knee surgery. And in October, I've got shoulder surgery coming up. So this will be a good test for my shoulder to see how well it heals quicker, I'm hoping, than what I'm hearing from everybody else. My husband had a stroke a year and a half ago. And so I've got him patched up right now. He's got Liberty on, Defend, and Flow. And I just put a pain patch on him tonight so he can sleep better. But he's had it on for 3 days now. I change him out every 24 hours. He's got aphasia. But I feel like yesterday and today, words are coming out of his mouth that never came out before.
Oh,
a lot easier. So yes, I believe in this because I've been looking for a drug-free product for a while because I have some liver problems going on too with my bioducts. And I can't take pain pills like a lot of people. They don't process the same. So when my upline come across this Barb, she called me and I jumped right in. Now it's just spreading the word and getting it out there, and I'm trying. So
Brenda, thank you so much for sharing that story with us. For that, and listen, welcome to the Super Patch Company. And I'll tell you what, the person who introduced this to you, Barbara, is doing a really good job with you because Liberty, Defend, and Flow, I never take them off. I mean, every 24 hours I put new ones on. Those are 3 patches, you guys. And then I add whatever. But Liberty,
I've
Defend,
got them
and
all
Flow.
on.
Yeah, just you wear them every single day, you guys. Those of you who are guests, that was the first time I met Brenda. I don't know who's going to tell stories on this Zoom. We don't rehearse any of this. This is all just real. And I want you to feel the emotion in the testimonials tonight. I want you to feel the excitement in the voices that you heard here tonight. I want you to hear the urgency in my voice here tonight. Guys, I've been doing this for 33 years. I've never seen anything like this. You guys are in the right place at the right time, but it's your job right now to recognize it. Recognize it. People are screaming for drug-free solutions to all those things that we were talking about here tonight, and we've got it. We've got it in this little pack. People ask me all the time, well, yeah, but Steve, how does it work? I have no idea how it works. Close your eyes, hold out your hand. I'm going to put something in your hand. You tell me what it is. That's how it works. That's all I know. I'm not a neuroscientist, for Pete's sake. And you don't have to be either. Here's how you share this. Let me show you something. And you put this patch on and you do that little balance demonstration. And you change people's lives. That's what we get to do for a living. And the company pays us a ridiculous amount of money to help people change their lives for the better. So I'm going to turn this back over to the person who invited you here tonight. Do not go to sleep tonight with a question. There's not a single question that we don't have an answer to. It's $50, you guys. It's $50 to join us. A customer, you don't pay 50. You just pay for the products and you go. But if you want to help us spread the word, guys, it's $50. It's $50. So get together with the person who invited you, get all of your questions answered. And I know you're joining us here tonight, so I'm just going to say it. You guys, welcome to the Super Patch Company. Thanks, everybody.